I was asked to do a short video on the reinforcement of small feathers or feathers that have very thin stems or maybe very weak fibers. And this one in particular is a pattern called the Stewart spider. Stewart had 3 spiders that he fished pretty much exclusively. And this one is the black spider, which is more of a midge pattern, I would say. Now this hook, obviously, it's a bit big. That's a size 12. Using a size 12 just for the demonstration because I'd like to be able to film it, and it makes it a lot easier just to work with materials. And I recommend that you start with something bigger, and then you move your way down once you've got the hang of it. So if you're going to be using silk, which I highly recommend, not necessary though, but if you're going to be using silk, go ahead and take your silk. I'm using kimono silk from Superior Threads. It's a very similar to Purcell's in diameter and in color. So I'm waxing my thread pretty much the entire length. We want the thread to be a little bit darker than the actual color, than a normal color of the thread itself. So the crucial thing about this pattern, about the way we're going to tie this, is that you want to leave a tag end. You don't want to cut that tag end short. And I'll show you why in a minute. But we're going to start right here at the head. And you're going to work your way back, kind of having an eye for exactly where you want to tie in your feather, because that's where you're going to want to stop. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be okay. And now you take your tag end and you take your thread and you're going to pass the thread behind the tag end and then keep moving back. Now at this point, cut your tag end shorter for 2 reasons. You really don't need that much hanging out there, and it's just going to get in the way once you do your wrapping. So we're doing our touching turns. And with the Stewart spider, you want the body to be pretty small. So we're just going to stop right here. That's kind of halfway between the where the barb was on the hook and also the thread, the tag end. So I'm going to bring this back with tight touching turns again, all the way back to this tag end. And you want to bring it to where the next wrap would have taken it over to the other side again, to the front side of the tag end. At this point, you take your Starling, which you've prepared. You're going to tie it in tip first. And you want to set this right at the intersection between the thread and where you're going to tie it in. Now your thread has already begun going in front of the tag end, and all you need is 2 or 3 wraps. This and clip this off and clean this up. Okay, I'm going to take this thread forward to where you want to catch in your feather. Now, you can take a hackle plier. Just have to make sure it's like something that spins. This one does. It has a little handle that spins. Or you could do it with your fingers. I much rather do it with a plier, but I'm sure that when this was done, it was done in hand, so might be something fun to try. So you take the tag end and the feather together, and now you're just going to twist. And that's really it. Now, kind of brush that stuff back. And now you're going to start your way forward. Wrapping. As you wrap, just keep sweeping it back. Back. You can do it in very open turns. You can do it in smaller turns, however you want this fly to look. Take 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Cut that off. Take your whip finish. One, 2, 3. Let's do 4 on this one. And close. And cut. And that's how you reinforce small feathers, or any kind of feather that has a very delicate stem. This is going to make this fly last a lot longer than if you normally would have just tied it in butt end first. But this is the reinforcement technique. So try it with different feathers, whatever you like, and good luck with it.